Hello, sports fans, and welcome. Welcome to episode 237 of the GURU Talkin Sports podcast. I am your host, the Guru of Sports. Well, Thursday was a very emotional day for me because that was the day that the Oakland A's played their final home game at the Oakland Alameda Coliseum. And for me, it's very bittersweet. I went on social media and protested as much as I could. I have people that I know in the media that have protested about this situation for a long, long time. And it was very saddening to see the images, the pictures, even for me, I listened to the broadcast, and it was very, very sad. It was a sad state of affairs to me. I'm not big on teams moving and leaving their fan base and relocation and everything, but this is a part of sports. And for me, this Oakland A's situation shouldn't have happened. It shouldn't have happened. And I will continue as much as I can to recognize the people of Oakland who now have no sports teams. The Raiders left. The Golden State Warriors, they actually moved from Oakland right across the bay to San Francisco. And now the Oakland A's have left. It's hard to imagine one of the great cities here in the United States, such as Oakland, without a sports team. I remember back in when the Colts left Baltimore. It was a gut-wrenching feeling. It was a feeling of loss. But, the only thing I could do is just blame the owner. We could blame the city government and all like that, but, the thing about it is that the city and the ownership of these teams should meet halfway, at least. Should meet halfway. In this situation with Oakland, the owner of this team, let me talk about him for a second. John Fisher is inherited of the fortune of the store, The Gap. If you guys know what The Gap is, shoes store, shirts and everything. The Gap is one of those stores that, has everything. I used to shop there. I don't shop there anymore because I know who owns it, and I will never, ever support the Gap ever again. He inherited that money. His family owned the Gap, and then they gave it over to him. And so he was just a lucky recipient of a fortune that was passed on by his parents. He bought the Oakland A's in 2005 and basically took this proud franchise and ran it basically like a tax write-off. Collect the money. Don't do anything for your employees or your ball team. Don't make any improvements to the Oakland Alameda Coliseum. And just let it basically just rot, you know? You know, the stories of what people have witnessed inside the Coliseum. And, you know, I've been there years and years ago, back in the 80s. I've been there. It was a nice ballpark. I mean, very nice ballpark. But the years have worn out this Coliseum. And now they basically, it's a dump. It is a dump. The city didn't want to fix it. The owner said, well, hell, why should I play in a dump when I can just move this team to a better location? Let's take it to Las Vegas. Las Vegas have not even voted on this. They have not even voted on approving a stadium or saying, yeah, well, come on to Vegas, we'll take care of you. No problem. So, John Fisher just decided to, pull up camp and just leave. Just leave. It's not a good plan. It's not a good plan. Now they're going to be playing in Sacramento for 3 years until the A's get approved and maybe put a shovel in the ground to build a new stadium for this franchise. At least when you have teams relocating to different areas, they have a plan in place. I understand how the people of Brooklyn felt when the Dodgers moved to Los Angeles. I understand how the Giants felt, Giants fans in New York, when they left to go to San Francisco. Irsay just basically left the city of Baltimore, took the Colts, packed them up, and just moved them in the middle of the night. And, I still, have very, very disdain and very much a pain in my stomach. Feel sick every time I think about the city of Baltimore when they were left with no football team. I understand how the people of Cleveland felt when they lost the Browns. But Art Modell had a plan in place with the city of Baltimore, and he basically took the team to Baltimore. But what did they do in Cleveland? They built a brand new stadium for the Cleveland Browns. They basically put that team back in Cleveland. Name didn't change. And they're the Cleveland Browns. I understand how all this stuff works. And how all this is basically, some of it's planned, and, I understand that. The cities that lost teams, they basically get a team back or so. Not Oakland. Oakland is now left with nothing. It's not the fans' fault that the Coliseum was a mess, which nobody wanted to fix. It's not the fans' fault that the owner wouldn't put out a good product to put on the field. So the fans, hey, look, I'm not going to go see a terrible. Well, I in Baltimore, I did. I went to the last couple of games of the Colts, and they were terrible. And I did show up for, to support them. But I understand how they feel when they have to, they don't want to see a bad team. That's it. And I understand that. It's hard. It's very hard. A hard situation all the way around. You blame the fans. I mean, you blame the fans. No, you can't blame the fans in this. This is not the fans' fault. This is the owner's fault. Because the owner could have just said, hey, you know what? I'll meet you, the city of Oakland, halfway. I'll take some money out and help you fix the Coliseum or build a brand new ballpark. And, we'll leave this team here. The fans will come. Have you ever seen a fan base that wouldn't go to a brand new stadium? Look at all the stadiums that have been built and the teams have moved into their brand new stadiums. I can go down the list right now. Petco in San Diego. Camden Yards in Baltimore. Citizen Park in Philadelphia. Citi Field in New York. PNC Park in Pittsburgh. The new Riverfront Stadium in Cincinnati. The new ballpark they have in Cleveland. What did they do? Some of it is, I know. Some of it is government funded, and some of it is basically to the point where the ownership had to build something brand new if they wanted to keep that team there and give the fan base what they want. But John Fisher is just a devil. I mean, he is the devil. He wouldn't pay. He's stingy. He's greedy. And he doesn't want to do anything to help this city or help this team. The Oakland A's payroll is bad. I mean, it's really, really bad. They're really low. You know, it's just a shame to see this city are now left with nothing. Oh, and let me also make this point. Las Vegas is a smaller television market than Oakland. So if he thought that he was going to go to Las Vegas and maybe have a nice television deal, that ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. You know, I got a little bit of family that lives out in Las Vegas, a couple of friends, and they say that they don't want the Oakland A's. They want a brand new franchise, just like they did the Golden Knights. The Golden Knights got a brand new franchise, and guess what? They were Stanley Cup champions a couple years ago. And you know that every sports league wants to move out there. You got the Raiders that moved from Oakland to Las Vegas. You got the WNBA Las Vegas Aces, who now are trying to go for their third straight championship. You got the Golden Knights that won a Stanley Cup and was in, they were in 2 Stanley Cups. I mean, I think they're less than 10 years. They've been in 2 Stanley Cups and won 1. Las Vegas wants new stuff. They definitely don't want this guy, Fisher. No, they don't want it. This was an easy fix. Manfred could have said no. All right, what we'll do here is this. Fisher leave the team in Oakland. We'll figure out something and we'll try to get you a brand new stadium. Try to work with the government to get a brand new stadium. But Fisher said no. I think the money's better in Las Vegas. Let's move out there. And like I said before, they already got a football stadium there. Where are they going to put this stadium? The traffic's already bad because of all the stuff that's going on there. You got, casinos and resorts and, there's all kinds of stuff that's already built in Las Vegas. Where in the hell are they going to put this stadium, this brand new stadium? Nobody knows. Rob Manfred has to be the stupidest commissioner I've ever seen. The dumbest, the worst commissioner I've ever seen. I'm not too fond of Roger Goodell. But you know what? Goodell does have some kind of thought process on how to take care of things. Getting off the subject just a little bit. They had a situation where the Hurricane Helene, was down in the Gulf, down in Florida or so, and it was moving up towards Atlanta, where the Braves were, and where the Mets were coming in to play that series. Now, both of these teams were off last Monday. They could have played a doubleheader and then maybe one game on Tuesday and get this stuff packed in, because guess what? We don't have to worry about having a nightmare of teams playing tomorrow, Monday, after the season. Yeah, the season stops tomorrow or Sunday. Have the Mets play basically a doubleheader and an elimination game on Monday, and then have the Mets go to wherever they need to go to, or the Braves go everywhere they need to go to play their next round, first round playoff game. I tell you, Rob Manfred is the stupidest. He has got to be the stupidest commissioner I've ever seen. I hate to say this, but I'm a better commissioner than he is. I commission a fantasy football league, and I make sure that everything is taken care of. Logistics and everything and all that stuff. But he's got to be the stupidest commissioner I've ever seen. Now, getting back to the A's. 57 years, over 4,000 wins, and great players like Bergkamp in there, Sal Bando, Reggie Jackson, Joe Rudy, Rick Monday. I'm just naming guys off the top of my head because those are the guys that, I love, and I just, remember watching them in their great green and gold uniforms. Kelly Green, beautiful uniforms. Like I mentioned, Bergkamp in theirs. I'm at Miguel Tejada, Terry Steinbach, Gene Tennis, Grant Balfour, Dallas Braden, my man Dave Parker played for them. It's a shame because this franchise, rich in history, a 3-time World Series champ, 72, 73, and 74. The swinging A's. One of the greatest teams of all time, franchise of all time. Greatest teams. I mean, like I mentioned before, that this fan base shouldn't have to go through this. No fan base should have to go through this. Ever. It was just heartbreaking. It was really, really heartbreaking. I just, I listened to the game. And at the end of the game, they played one of my favorite songs. A little bit of a sad song, but I'll have that for you at the end of this podcast today. This shouldn't have happened. This should not have happened. I will continue to voice my opinion about this and to support the people of Oakland. I love you, Oakland, and I'm sorry that you have to go through this. Just imagine when you take that team away, how many people that you're going to leave behind. Security guards, hot dog vendors, ushers, office workers. You're just going to, make a lot of people unemployed. When you have a new stadium, when you build a new stadium, that creates jobs for everyone. I'm not a politician. I'm not going to go through the politics of this. But the thing about it is that this is just sickening. And just to put all these people out of work. Thank you, John Fisher. Thank you for being an asshole. Thank you for being a complete and utter fuck up. Excuse the expression. I just hate this. I really do. I really hate this for the city of Oakland. I will continue to call this team the Oakland A's, no matter what, no matter where they move to. Out of respect for the people of Oakland, I will continue to call them the Oakland A's. They're not the Sacramento A's to me. They are not the Las Vegas A's, because I don't think, from my opinion, I don't think they'll never get to Las Vegas. As a matter of fact, let me talk about Sacramento for a second. They are moving from a stadium that has 47,000 or 80,000 fans, because the Coliseum used to be a football stadium. That's where the Raiders used to play. They're moving into a stadium that has 9,000, yes, I said it, 9,000 people. Do the math, and you tell me, was that a great move or not? It's not. I love you, Oakland, and I will continue to try to, voice my opinion and make sure that you know that I care about you guys. All right, so I'm not going to go into anything else, really. Just a couple little things. We know that the WNBA, Caitlin Clark, her season's over. Diana Taurasi probably is going to retire, which, thanks to my homegirl Nafisa, she said she was going to end her career, and she basically did. Nafisa Collier, got to give it to you. You're queen of the hoops, and I appreciate you. Caitlin Clark went down, and now the WNBA is going into the next round. But what I don't understand, and this is one of the things that kind of gets me, why would you put it up on Sunday against the NFL? That is the worst thing. I did watch. Don't get me wrong. I did watch. But you can't put it on a Sunday when the up against the WNFL or the NFL. I was getting ready to say WNFL. I did. Anyway, you can't do that. Put it on a Friday when everybody's home. Friday nights. I mean, hey, you did it during the regular season. Do not put this up against the NFL. They're going to do it again today. So, the semifinal, games are going to be played today on Sunday. I'll watch, which ain't no big deal. I'll definitely watch. But it's going to be hard for me to be flipping back and forth. Especially, I'm not going to be watching any Jaguar games anymore. No time soon. Hopefully they can give me, I'll watch the Red Zone. Check out the Raiders or so. But anyway, WNBA's got to fix that problem. Because believe me, a lot of people, they had the most watched game when Caitlin Clark was playing. She only played 2 games, but still. The other ones didn't do so well. But then again, if you put it up against the NFL, you have like 3 people watching that thing. All right, so the next round is here. I got a feeling it's going to be New York and Minnesota. Minnesota's pretty strong. Now this is the one that gets me. Okay, you got the two teams out of the West, two teams out of the East, and they're going to be flip-flopping playing each other. So you got Las Vegas playing New York, and you got Connecticut playing Minnesota, which doesn't make any sense. It should be East versus West. It should be Las Vegas and Minnesota playing the winner of Connecticut and New York. So, I don't know. Figure it out. But, I got a feeling that this Las Vegas, New York series is going to go right down to the wire. Definitely going down to the wire. But we'll see. I think New York and Minnesota will advance because New York has probably been one of the most consistent teams, and they play really good together. Sabrina Ionescu and Breanna Stewart, they're pretty hungry. They're pretty hungry, especially they're going to try to get revenge on Las Vegas from what they did last year. And, Las Vegas is trying for that three-peat. I'm not sure they might come up a little short. I still like my girl Kelsey Plum and Aja Wilson, but I don't know. It's going to be hard. All right, so let's go to the NFL picks. I'm going to do the NFL picks and then I'm going to get out of here. It'll only be 35 minutes or so. All right, last week I didn't do too bad. Actually, I was 2-4. But the Guru always wins, like I told you before. Guru always wins. Denver and New York Jets. Jets are an 8-point favorite. I like the Jets to win the game outright. Cincinnati and Carolina. Carolina snuck up and won that. Now, this is a revenge game for Andy Dalton. Remember, Andy Dalton's starting. Cincinnati is a 4.5-point favorite. I don't know. Cincinnati has been not too good, so I'm still going to go with Cincinnati. New Orleans playing in Atlanta, and Atlanta's 3-point favorite. Give me New Orleans because I like Derek Carr and everything that they got going. San Francisco is a 10.5 favorite. New England's flying over there, and they're going to get whooped. So I think San Francisco will win the game outright. I'm not sure about the point spread. That's a lot. 10.5 is a lot. Cleveland's going in to play the Vegas Raiders. Raiders should be bouncing back. Cleveland is not that good. I like the Raiders to win that game. Give me the 2.5 points. Buffalo is going into Baltimore. Baltimore had that very impressive win last week. But I think that after watching Buffalo beat the hell out of my Jaguars, give me the 2 points, and I'll take Buffalo. So I'm going New York Jets, Cincinnati, New Orleans, Buffalo, Las Vegas, and San Francisco. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. 35 minutes, like I told you before. I'm going to play this song, and this is a tribute to the people of Oakland. I'll be back next week because if it's Sunday, it's the Guru Talkin Sports podcast. I'm very, very, very touched by and heartbroken by all this situation with Oakland. I know it's not my fight, but it is my fight, and I will fight for these people. You guys take care. It's probably going to go a little bit longer than 35 minutes or so. We're already into it. But I want to play this song for you. It's called So Very Hard to Go by the Tower of Power. And this was dedicated to the Oakland A's right after their game. You guys take care. Guru, we'll see you real soon. Later.
Ain't nothing I can say, nothing I can do. I feel so bad, yeah. I feel so blue. I got to make it right for everyone concerned. Even if it's me, if it means just me, what's getting burned? 'Cause I can never make you unhappy. I knew the time would come, I'd have to pay for my mistake. I can't blame you for what you're doing to me, girl. Even though my heart aches. Your dreams have all come true, just the way you planned, yeah. So I'll just step aside. I'm gonna step aside and lend a helping hand.